Ah yes, New Year's Day, a holiday ushering in new beginnings through New Year's resolutions. Joseph and I have heard the tales before. New Year's resolutions are that thing that you make at the beginning of the year, only to never act upon it, so you can feel good about yourself for wanting to make a change without ever actually doing it. As I was thinking about what resolutions to make, I heard a voice, perhaps an angelic visitor, discussing the holy grail of resolutions, to get fit.
We lost 20 pounds playing Wii Fit.
But how does one get fit? I scrounged the internet to find how a nerd down on his cash could get into shape, maybe lose a few pounds and improve his balance. Whilst pondering on this, Joseph, clearly having made the same resolution, looked at his vast gaming collection and pulled out a game that made me feel like the food critic from Ratatouille, a relic from my childhood. And then it dawned on me, if we were gonna get fit, Wii Fit. Only one problem remained though. Where would we get the Wii balance board?
Hey, Editor Joseph here. We were originally going to go to a bunch of thrift shops, but we went to 6 of them, and none of them had any Wii balance boards. So, I don't know, check your local thrift shop or something. Sorry, guys.
We went home, booted up the game, connected the balance board, and was greeted with our balance board friend. Now, I know what you're thinking. If only he could talk. He demanded us to do some tests for him, some unexplainable mind games to test our balance, after which, with his divine abilities, gives us an age.
Hey, you're 24.
We record our weight and weight loss goals of 10 pounds each, and then move on to the meat of the game, the mini games.
Ski slalom? I've never skied a day in my life, I thought. Nevertheless, I decided to give this game a try. Starting at the top of the slope, I felt normal. There were no skis on me, I'm standing on a balance board. I didn't understand the hype. As the gates opened, I was released and heading down the slope at a steady pace. All I needed to do was weave between the flags. It was a simple task, but quite the challenge. An inexperienced skier such as myself would be at quite the disadvantage as the flags were placed in such a way that you couldn't go straight down the hill. You had to constantly be dodging left and right, clipping a flag here, snagging a flag there. And if you barely missed any, the judges would add 7 seconds to your final time. If you wanted a good final time, you had to hit each of the flags without missing a single one, while also not slowing down too much. It felt impossible. But then, I leaned forward. All at once, I felt the rush of wind beneath my skis. I could feel the Rocky Mountains imbue me with an instinct I didn't know I had. I wasn't just on skis, I was on the Rocky Mountains themselves. I was going faster, bobbing left and right between flag after flag. It was as if Mother Nature herself was directly paving a path for my skis to glide across. I started at the top of the mountain as a normal boy. By the time I reached the bottom, I was a mountain man, a pro skier. My journey not only made me a pro in the basic slope, it made me a pro in the advanced as well.
There's a secret to losing weight. Everyone knows that abs aren't made in the gym, they're made in the kitchen. So for this challenge, in order for us to lose weight, we basically just need to eat less and move more. In order to do this, we are going on a specific diet called keto. Essentially, we can't have any sugar or bread. We can't have more than 25 grams of carbohydrates a day. This means we're eating a lot of meat and cheese. But hey, we still need to get moving. So I hop onto one of my favorite games, ski jump.
Wait, another ski game? I thought there was just the one. Joseph surely wouldn't do well at this game. He doesn't have the instincts like I have. Skiing is just too complex a sport. He really should have just stuck to soccer, the poor lad. Imagine trying to get a high score on ski jump without ever knowing how to ski. He doesn't know skis like I know them. Wait, that's actually a pretty good score, but it will be no match for my score. No, there might not be any flags in this game, but how hard can jumping on skis be? Maybe it's not as easy as it looks. No, this game was made for me. Maybe Joseph simply had beginner's luck. A professional skier such as myself would never fail so badly. It's just a straight line, but I've never had a jump with skis before. I can go down the hill fast, but then what? When I'm in the air, do I shift my weight all the way to the top? Do I try to fly like an eagle? Or maybe they wanted you to hold still. Yes, that must be it. I can fly down any hill easily, but once I'm in the air, I'm at the mercy of perfect balance. A stillness only rivaled by the Zen game. If I perfectly position myself in the air, I'll go past the 2 lines, and that's it. One more time. That's all I needed to do, but I need to go faster and faster, barreling down the hill. All my training on the ski slopes prepared me for this one massive hill. A jump to surpass all other jumps. A perfect score. Here I am, whizzing down the slopes. And release. Up into the air, perfectly still. This must be what the ancestors of old talked about. I felt like a bird, flying high in the air. The perfect mix of earth and air. Yes, this was it. All I needed was to stick the landing. And yes, perfect score. A jump to surpass all other jumps. I am still on top.
In the middle of every week, we decided to do a check-in. The balance board would weigh us, perform more of its tests, and then give us another age. The first week was quite successful. I'd lost 7.3 pounds, which is just absolutely insane, and Thomas had lost quite a bit of weight as well. He lost 4.6 pounds. He also seemed to be in an oddly good mood.
With a new evening dawning, I could feel something start to change, as if my muscles were growing stronger, like my balance was evenly keeled. It's like I could see clearly for the first time in my life. New Year's resolutions are like life itself, hard, long, daunting, and lots of work. Yet, in every New Year's resolution, like every life, there is solace through Wii Fit. Every hula hoop, every ski exercise teaches me that life might be hard, but with hip gyration and balance precision, I could accomplish greatness. Each jackknife, bridge, and spinal twist teaches me that there is a balance between working and stretching, both physically and mentally. A balance board wasn't just some object to step on. It was a dear friend that needed to be calibrated from time to time. Wii Fit isn't just some game. It's a way of living.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Have you ever wanted to live your life as a marble in a puzzle game? Well, you're in luck, because Wii Fit does that for you.
Honestly though, this game is one of the best ones design-wise. It's not like super fun, but it is a balance game where you move around the marbles with your Mii's faces on it. It shows off the Wii balance board really, really well. There's some epic tricks you can do by having marbles fall off. Honestly, this game would be really cool to see in a speedrun. You have to get all of your marbles in the hole, and you move on to the next track. After beating 8 of them, you beat the game. Your score is then determined by how many holes you beat, and how much extra time you had. We honestly easily got 4 stars on the basic version of it.
As I clicked rhythm boxing, I wasn't sure what to expect. As soon as the sweet voice of the boxing trainer spoke, I was enthralled. I couldn't keep my eyes off the screen. This wasn't the Matt from Wii Sports I was so accustomed to. This man was different, more expressive, vocal, like an extrovert. And these punching bags, I've never seen ones on the ground like this before. No, not in a game. And they have arms. I've not seen a lot of punching bags in my life, but I've never encountered one with arms before. And that's when it hit me. A punching bag that could fight back. Finally, a worthy opponent. While the punching bag could block, it was no match for my superior footwork and carefully timed jabs. With the sweet voice of the trainer telling me exactly what to do, I was able to predict and anticipate the very moves of this machine. In no time at all, it started to smoke from my various beatings. After a tough battle, and to my surprise, the trainer tells me I can hit as many times as I'd like. What might be considered cruel in other gyms is glee to me. As I wail against this whirring foe, it doesn't fight back. In a move that I can only think breaks one of the laws of robotics, I pound and pound against its fabric exterior, only to render it a useless husk of its former self. With adrenaline pumping through my veins from a victorious fight, I receive the fruits of my labors, the award of 4 stars, and a fitting title for my dominating performance over that box of scrap parts. Calorie Incinerator.
It was around this time I started to get bored. I wasn't really looking forward to any of the games. I played them all, and they just weren't really doing it for me. Some of the games were more mindless than others, and considering it was usually the end of the day, I just didn't want to do any of the strength training or yoga. So I would play a few rounds of the rhythm game. It was decent. The music kind of slapped, but it just wasn't doing it. I was still bored and wanted to get it over with. After playing enough of the step game, you unlock something called Free Step, a rhythm game that allows you to freely step for a certain amount of time. They encouraged us to watch TV or something while doing it. So Thomas would pull up a game on Who to Math and just play it. When Thomas tried the game, I played Celeste as far as I could until he finished his 20 minutes. I quickly learned, though, that I was having more fun playing Celeste than Wii Fit. I was still so bored. The diet was going great. I was okay with only eating meat, cheese, and other fatty foods. I had lost another 3.3 pounds and officially hit my goal of losing 10 pounds. It was awesome. But Wii Fit became more of a chore than this fun challenge I was using to lose weight. But there was still one game that gave me hope. Soccer. I love this game. You move left and right, hitting your head against the ball. Initially, I played this game just to get the 4 stars, but I very quickly fell in love. I dedicated a session to playing the advanced version until I got 4 stars. But once I got it, it wasn't enough. I needed more soccer. I slowly started getting better and better, getting more consistent with the ball. It just felt incredible.
Joseph just couldn't see it. How could this silly diet help me to lose weight? Not being able to eat a delectable, dark, melty brownie was pure agony for my stomach. My taste buds were unsatisfied with a burning desire for something sweet, yet all I could taste was savory and meaty. Nothing but meat and cheese for days now. Didn't Joseph understand? If we wanted to lose weight, all we would need is Wii Fit, not some diet. If we needed to get into shape, we had wonderful instructors to teach us how to push up and breathe. The game even provided pre-approved workouts to do. Didn't Joseph know this? Why wasn't he working out? I have done nothing but what the kind gentleman on the screen has told me to do. Joseph is just playing soccer. What has he found in that game that I don't know? It's just hitting a ball with your head over and over again. Yet he doesn't seem hungry. How is he holding his calm and full disposition?
Let me tell you about a little penguin friend. He lives on an iceberg, drilling on the edge of it, just waiting for it to flip over. He's been there for days. His brother convinced him that it would flip over if he just sat there long enough and enough people came to drill with him. This, of course, was a lie. A cruel prank my brother played on me, but this game is not like that one. This time I get to be the one preying on those penguins. I lean left and right on the balance board, picking up the fish, stealing them from the penguins. They think that I am just like them, that I'll share my spoils of this fishy war, but little do they know that I am just a wolf dressed up as a penguin. I move left and right, collecting the fish, flinging myself in the air, collect the bonus red fish. I am the fish fondler. And what do I get for it? I get rewarded. I get 4 stars. Who's laughing now, Thomas? Whose fishy dreams are coming true now? Sorry, that was it for the day. I just wanted to get the 4 stars on my second favorite penguin game.
While I was having a grand old time in Wii Fit, I could tell something was off with Joseph. He just didn't seem to get the joy I did from the game. Maybe he couldn't see the vision. If Wii Fit, he could be normal, not simply overweight. He could improve so many aspects of his life, yet he seemed bored. Could the penguins not satiate him? Did he not feel the Wasatch Front pulling at his heartstrings on the slopes like I did? All he plays is that soccer game, over and over again. He won't even touch the strength training. What does he see in this soccer game that I don't? I haven't played it yet. It seems so daunting after seeing him play the game. I don't know if I could stomach it, but maybe I should give it a try. No, that would be ridiculous. It would feel almost like I'm cheating on my personal trainer. He isn't in the game after all. He doesn't play soccer. But then again, playing it once wouldn't hurt, would it? I could hit the soccer balls and dodge the pandas just like Joseph. Would I too no longer find joy in any of the other games? But Joseph looks so happy while playing it. Just this once, I'll play. Maybe he knows something I don't. Yep, not for me.
Thomas kept getting bored while I played. I kept looking over at him on his phone while I played my soccer. And one of those times while he was looking at his phone, I pulled off this.
No! That was a perfect game! Oh! Oh my gosh.
This gave me a new life, a new purpose for this challenge. I was going to get as many perfect scores on the soccer game as I could. And so I played it for the rest of the session and the entirety of the next day, grinding out the perfects until the board was filled with the same perfect score. As I got my 10th perfect score to fill out the board, I felt the same dread of earlier sink back in. What should I do now? I already perfected my favorite game. And now what?
I know what you're thinking. Does your stellar skiing experience translate over to snowboarding? Do you really need to ask? As soon as I got back on that mountain, I could feel the anticipation build within me. The adrenaline was pumping. The balance board was shifted sideways. The game was a bit different. There were still flags, but now you needed to be on either the left or right of them to not be penalized. There was still the 7-second penalty for missing them like before, but this game felt different. The wind was blowing in my hair and the snow felt nice and powdery, yet something was off. There was no instinct like before. I couldn't feel Mother Nature's guidance anymore. This wasn't like the skis I was so familiar with. The snowboard moved differently. Well, if Mother Nature wasn't going to give me the same guidance as before, I'll have to accomplish this challenge without her help. I tried and tried, weaving left and right, yet I always missed a few. Whether it was a few at the end or in the beginning, it seemed there was nothing I could do to beat the slippery slopes on a snowboard. No matter what, a snowboard was just too different from a ski. Then it hit me. A snowboard is just a single ski widened, and I'm standing on it sideways. With this knowledge in hand, the instincts came back immediately. The snowboard danced atop the snow, weaving and whirling back and forth at unparalleled speeds. Mother Nature still wasn't there, but I didn't need her. After all, every child needs to leave the mother's nest at some point, and today was a day I would. The snowboard responded to my commands as easily as a kid rides a bike. Whipping down the slope, I finally made it to the finish line, nabbing an easy 4 stars on the basic and advanced hills.
I lost a total of 13.3 pounds. And Thomas had lost 8.7 pounds in total, bringing our total weight loss to 22 pounds in a month, which is just absolutely insane. After seeing all the progress I had made, I realized I didn't have to just play the soccer game. I could try out some of the games I haven't started yet. So I decided to try my hand at the bubble game. And let me tell you, soccer paid off. I was phenomenal at the balance, leaning forward to move quickly, moving side to side, dodging the bees. I was having fun. I got this. The advanced version has these pesky bees in the way that the basic doesn't. Otherwise, it's the same map with the same time requirement for 4 stars. Once I got that 4-star, I hopped over to the basic one and got 4 stars as well. I then moved over to the Zen game. You must sit still on the Wii balance board for 3 minutes. During this time, strange noises and sounds come up at you, trying to get you to lose your zen. But I'm no stranger to strange noises and jump scares, and so I quickly beat it and moved to the tightrope game. I'm gonna be real with you, chat. I'm starting to love Wii Fit, but this game just sucks. It's not fun. It's tough. I don't really understand how it works. Only bothered to get 3 stars on all 3 versions of the game. But I have one more game that I need to get 4 stars on. The Hula Hoop 10-minute version. And let me tell you, I dominated. You gotta be gyrating your hips to a steady motion, collecting the extra hula hoops as they come. And boy, did I gyrate my hips for 10 minutes straight. This was a phenomenal final day.
Wow. An entire month of dieting and exercising, and I've never felt better in my life. Wii Fit has shown me that New Year's resolutions aren't just meant to be thrown away, but are meant to be kept and cherished. These are things meant to be done all year, not just something done in 1 week or 1 month. I want to Wii Fit. I want to keep exercising and working with my trainer, even if sometimes he defers to his female counterpart. What was up with that?
Hope you don't mind, but I'll be filling in for your regular trainer.
What?
Anyways, Wii Fit isn't just a game you played when you were 10 sporadically for a few months only to shelve it and never play again. It's a game that lasts a lifetime. Go get a Wii balance board, play Wii Fit. They're lonely and need someone like you.